All right, it's been a while, and just so everyone knows, I live in the state of, and at this point, I don't even care to tell y'all because I've seen a lot of famous YouTubers at least say the state that they live in. Um, but I live in Ohio. Yeah, I know. Uh, Come at me. But I live in a shit ass state. I get it. I know. Ohio's a laughing stock. I know. But easy boy from Ohio. What's up? And I haven't been on here in a while. I've been focused on low key being a dad. I mean, I've just been like dadding it up. I haven't really been doing much with the cars. Kind of just gave up on channel, kind of gave up on working on the cars and stuff like that. But we got a little situation in the more like a switch-uation. All right, so this is what's up. All right, we've got the Camaro, which we all know I only touch this car in the summer. If it is not the summer, or, if it's not like maybe spring also, or fall, something where it's not too cold, but, it's still warm enough I can come out here and work on it, not get all wet and nasty. So, but, yep, that's the Camaro. We still got that. As you can see, the driveway is pretty empty, low key. I mean, my mom's gone to her boyfriend's for the weekend, so But the WRX is missing. That's because I voluntarily repoed it. I decided that I wanted to restart off in life, and basically I worked out a deal with my, my mom and her boyfriend, and it would be in here, but right now I can't get the handbrake to fully work, so for safety reasons, I got it parked over here, right? So I'm about. But we decided to restart life. I'm tired of the factory jobs, having all these temp services laying me off because of labor hour cuts, getting so caught up that they don't need us no more, and it just being like, well, it was a temp service. What did you expect? So I got tired of dealing with all these temp services and trying to get into a factory. So right now, your boy, it ain't much, but I do got a job, and you know, at least pays the bills. It's not a factory job, and it ain't nothing too big, and I'm not gonna say where it is, but I at least got an income coming in, and that's all that matters. You know what I mean? So, but we made a deal that when I get my income taxes, you know I could pay them off with my income taxes, and while I'm waiting on my income taxes, it also gives me time to make payments to them, and it also, while I'm waiting on my income taxes to fully pay off the car, it also gives me time to work on the car and get it up, get running, and get a car, since we decided to voluntarily repo that because I was tired of dealing with the payment and all the work that it needed, and it was too much. It was just too much. The payment, the insurance, then it needed all this work done to it. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. But I know I lost a nice car, but we got another rally car. Well, at least it's got a rally history. We got a Mini Cooper Hami. Yeah. And her boyfriend has an extra hood if I ever need it. And not only does he have an extra hood, but he gave me, don't mind the garage, kind of a mess, an extra set of rooms. I can't get the fourth one out of the trunk because the fourth one is in the trunk. But because I'm having issues with getting the trunk open. But yeah, they all four there. I just can't get the fourth one out of the trunk. But um the motor is like so new that was swapped into it that you can still see the paint marker inside of the motor. And the tires that are on it are brand new. The clutch in it is basically brand new. Once I cleaned out all the uh fact that it was all wet and the floors were kind of, wet, like really wet, and they were kind of mossy and moldy. It wasn't nothing bad, so I didn't really want to waste time recording it because I was low key trying to get it clean so that way, I could use it actually and get in there and not be nasty, and I'm not breathing in all that nasty moss and mold. So at first I just took like a cloth and some soap and some water, and I just wiped everything down, tried to get mostly like the stickiness off of everything, and gave it a good vacuum with my dad's shop vac. My mom, I don't know where her shop vac went, but my dad gave me his to borrow, and so I've been vacuuming everything down. Also, I've vacuumed it twice so far. Um, Not only have I vacuumed it twice so far. Sorry, I'm low-key and thought that my camera might wear off like this, but um, I guess now that we've seen the car. So basically, it needs some work, and I want to start this channel back up, and this is something that I can actually fit in the garage. I have measured. I can fit it in the garage. It is small enough. And I mean, shoot, it's smaller than the Camaro, and I fit that thing in here once, so for a winter. So yeah, it'd be alright. But this will give us a chance to actually, really start this channel off, and because this is an actual running and driving car, and at most we're just gonna, keep it up with doing the general maintenance and fixing the common issues that this one just so happens to have. And we're gonna get her fixed up, and then I do want to do a little build on her. Well, actually, we're gonna call this one a him. So we're gonna call this one a him. We're gonna name this one Moxxie. Actually, the person that does the voice for this character from the cartoon, if you know what I'm talking about, go for you. He's a little red demon dude. If you know what I'm talking about, the series, great, good for you. But Moxxie, he's done by the same guy who voiced Invader Zim, which is dope shit. I love Invader Zim. But yeah, we got Moxxie added to the fleet. We got Rosalina. But Moxxie he's gonna give us a chance during the winter so we can work on him to get these common issues fixed, get some general maintenance done, get him to be a reliable daily, and just then we'll start doing like maybe some OEM plus on it, and then we'll take those OEM plus parts, sell them off once we get the actual, like aftermarket vibe instead of just the OEM plus vibe. And once we get it all like fixed up, and we do like the OEM plus style build on it first, just I got a reason behind that and why I want to start slow and do an OEM build or like an OEM plus build, is so that way I can also show that, like, you ain't got to make nothing fancy, and you can do like a little bit and it goes a lot of a way. And we'll do something like that at first, and then that also gives me a chance to when I go to sell the OEM parts, because I get the aftermarket, like the body kits, stuff like that. Basically what it'll be is those parts will be upgraded, the OEM Plus, the OEM Plus build, in a way or whatever. I can sell those parts and make more money off of them because then someone can put them on their car as an OEM Plus, like vibed, build to the panel or the, whatever it is. And so it'll bring in a little bit more money for the OEM parts to sell a little better. So that way we can make our money back in the end when we do, the final like build. And just not that, since this car is kind of nasty, the more I can upgrade it slowly to be able to make it, be able to make me money back, the faster I can get to the final decisions on like what I actually want on the car and stuff like that. But yeah, introducing to the fleet Moxxie. He's gonna be great, and he drives great. He's a little 5-speed. He's fun. He's very fun. I'll be honest. I am finally probably gonna start this YouTube as I work on this car, and I hope the people that's kind of stuck around and notice that here and there I reappear out of the middle of nowhere, and come back and be like, kind of kept my eye on this guy, yeah, and you decide to follow me and whatnot. Thank you. If you're new, thank you for watching. But I mean, this is finally gonna be the start of Wacky Car Creations. Nice to meet y'all. Oh man, am I tired of dealing with car problems? I'm so tired. I'm about to fall asleep. But, yep, let's yep. I mean, this kind of has an OEM Plus vibe to it. I mean, everything on here is original parts from factory. I just used a little spray paint to make those black and make that black. My dumbass should not have dremeled out the air vents. Should have left those fake. But yeah, man, I'm so excited. I need to show you guys this car more, like some of the stuff I've done to like the engine bay and the interior and stuff like that. But this is mostly where this is going to be. This is where this channel is going to start off. And we're going to show you that, see, Volkswagen owns BMW. BMW made most of Mini Cooper. So the parts for this car is kind of expensive, but let's like show you how like you can ball on a budget and you can actually make this about as cheap as building like a Chevy or a Ford, even though it's kind of like a German luxury go-kart in a way, I guess. I don't know. It ain't nothing too fancy, so it's just a cool little car, I guess. But this is gonna be a cool little starter car for the channel. I know I'm just rambling, and kind of saying the same thing over and over, but low-key, I'm just kind of reminiscing the kind of restart of life and this channel. Let's just kind of grow together.